Hi everybody, my name is Hannah and this is my channel Ladybug Stitches. Today is May 12th and this is Flosstube number 30. I do have the windows open today, so if you do hear some noise, hopefully you can tune it out and it's not too loud. And I do have my special guest again today. Lucy is in here with me. The door is open today though, so she can come and go as she pleases. I'm not sure how long she's gonna stay with us. She's already brought me her favorite toys and she might be leaving very soon, but we'll see. Today I am going to start with a finish and a fully finish. It is the project that I really wanted to get done in my last video, and I did finally get it done. This is Silent Night by Cottage Needleworks, and Lucy is already leaving us as expected. I finally got this beautiful piece done and I was able to fully finish it as well. Da-da-da! I love it so much. It is so pretty. I knew I wanted to put it on this snowflake frame. Not frame, but it's like a finishing board, I guess. I found this at Walmart last year or the year before, I can't remember. And I picked it up knowing that I was going to put this pattern on here. So I wasn't really sure beyond that what I wanted to do with it. I was messing around with it a while. I had a fabric backing and then I decided that wasn't going to work. And then I ended up deciding to just do the finished piece, and I put some batting on it so it is a little bit squishy. And then I added a natural twine around, or cording around the sides. It is the cording that I made a couple years ago, and I'm running out, so I'm gonna have to make some more this year. I'll give you a little close-up. I stitched this on, got some glue hanging. I stitched this on a 14 count blue Aida that I dyed myself with the DMC alternatives that are called for. I think it turned out really nice. I am super happy with it. I had it sitting around for a while and I kept looking at it and I kept falling more in love with how I finished it. So that did feel pretty good because I wasn't as happy when I was finishing it. Because this is a really special piece, so I really wanted it to have it to be really good finish. And I do think I got that. So you can see it is kind of, it's hard to tell, but it is squishy. There is a little bit of batting on there. But yeah, I really like it. It has a little hanger at the top here, so I'm super happy with this one. And that is the only finish I have. But I do have two new releases that I want to talk about. I've had these finished for quite a while and I'm so far ahead in my model stitching. If you're new, I design under Ladybug Stitches, and you can find my patterns on my Etsy, which is linked down below, or I do have some paper patterns out there. I'm trying to convert most of my patterns to paper pattern as well. You can check out 123 Stitch has a lot of them, or you can contact your local Needleworks shop and you can request them to buy them for you if you want to as well. But I am so far ahead in my model stitching. I think the next piece that I have to work on, because I have no model stitches to show you today that are whips. I finished the last one this morning. The next one I have to put together is my release for like August. So that's as far ahead as I've ever been, which is really nice. And I have almost everything except for the piece I finished this morning fully finished, which is also awesome as well. Okay, so one of my model stitches, not model stitches, I'm a little bit stuffed up today because my allergies decided to act up today and yesterday. I also have a dust allergy and I was sweeping the spot out that I feed my cats in, and it was getting pretty dusty in there. So I apologize if I'm sniffly or a little stuffed up or a little coughing. I will try to take my breaks if I need them. But new releases. I have two new releases. They are already out. They're already on my Etsy. They're already available for shops and everything. So you can already get these now. And my first one is a set of 3 pillows called Strawberry Minis. I really liked everybody's strawberry stitching last year and I wanted to join again. If you've seen my I'll Pile It Up monthly series, I have a strawberry pattern for that one as well. It's for June. You can leave it out as long as you want. But this is what I have for Strawberry Minis. We have this little sign. We have a strawberry with strawberry flowers around it. And we have, throwing it at you, we have fresh jam. So these pillows all come in the same pattern. I was going to show you the paper pattern, but I can't find my copy. I don't know if I did not print one out for myself. I'm not sure what happened, but I don't have the paper copy on me. But here are the 3 pillows. I love them so much. I'm so excited to put them out. I really love the fresh jam. It is so cute. I finished these all the same. They're all with this strawberry background. And I used just, if you can even see it, it's just a natural twine cording for the top and sides and stuff. But yes, this is Strawberry Minis. It is available now if you're interested. And then my other release is called Live Simply, and I do have my paper pattern, although the bag is wrinkly. I always keep the wrinkled bags for myself, so it might be looking a little wrinkly, but this is the paper pattern for Live Simply. And here is my model. I love this one. This one was so much fun to stitch. There's this close-up on all the stitching. I'll try to show you a little bit here. I finished this on a wooden frame that I had picked up, I'm gonna say either from AC Moore or Walmart years and years ago. I really can't remember. I think it had like a wreath over here. It's supposed to hang this way. And it has a little hanger, and I think it had a wreath on it. It might have been from my Walmart. And then I added some sunflowers to match the sunflowers in the pattern. And then I did a two backgrounds, I guess. And then I added some little bees also. I really love this piece. I stitched it on an 18 count blue that I dyed, and it's all DMC flosses. There's a little turtle over here, and some dandelions, and some ladybugs, bees, and dragonflies, and a cardinal, and all along it is sunflowers. And then we got some daisies, and some red flowers, and some blue flowers, and butterflies, and another ladybug, and some grass growing along, and a rabbit. Just lots and lots of different things. I don't really know what to say about it, but yeah, it's just a reminder to take in nature and all the little things that are happening around you and all the little lives. And I just love this piece so much. I'm so excited to display it this summer in my house, and I think it's so pretty. So this one is Live Simply, and it is available now if you're interested. Okay, those are all my new releases, and I just have whips left. I did work on a whole bunch of different whips, so this might be a while. I worked on Miss July by Sweet Wing Studio. Oops. And I think I put this one off for so long because I had to find a skin tone color, and I'm not sure if I'm happy with it or not. It looks like the same color as her dress. So I might pick that out and try to find a different color, but I'm not sure yet. So I still have a little bit to go here. You can see. This is stitched on a, I have it written down, I think. It is a 32 count light blue Lugana by Witchelt. I bought this fabric several years ago, and I'm just now trying it out. Everybody, when I asked everybody how many strands you stitch on 32 count, and everybody said 2 strands. I did 1 strand before I knew that, so next time I will definitely use 2 strands because it's a little bit thin for me. I do wish I had done 2 strands, but it is what it is. And I'm pulling my own flosses for this one, obviously, because I have problems with the skin tone color. I think I'm gonna have to pull that out and find something else to do. Not sure yet, but I'm moving along. I am going to finish it on this box. I think I've shown that before. So that is in my bag as well. Okay. The box takes up a lot of space in this bag. Okay. Next, I pulled out my pie menu by Cottage Needleworks. I also am working on felt pies to go along with this one, and I showed them in my last video, and I did work on them a little bit, but it's not enough to actually show, so I won't be pulling those out, but I did work on them a little bit. And I finished all the words, and then I just started on the border. And I think my problem with this piece is it's gorgeous, but I'm just not excited to stitch on this because the fabric is so thin. I don't like this fabric at all. It's, I doubt I wrote it down. I think it's a 28 count something. I'm not really sure what it is. Just a scrap that I had, but I did get all the words done with it, which is very exciting. And then there's like a squiggly border and then a whole lot of other stuff. So I'm not halfway there even yet, I would say, but I'm getting there. Just a little at a time, then I'll get it done eventually. But I kind of have to force myself to work on this just because I don't like how thin it is. Like I could see, I travel a lot with my stitching, and I could just see all the travels in between all the letters and everything, and I'm not too happy about that one. But I think it'll look good when it's done. It has like backing on it and everything, so I'm sticking this one out. Okay, and for some reason I was feeling a little Halloweenish. I'm never feeling Halloweenish, and it's not even close to Halloween, but I really wanted to pull out something that was Halloweeny, and I pulled out Say Personaggi and Cerca di Halloween by Cuore, Batticuore. I am working on this witch over here. I have them all the patterns are in this bag, and I have like the fabric all for them all pulled out, and they're all with different colored fabrics. For this one, I'm using all the colorful colors, and they're all on 14 counts. And the skin tone for this one didn't blend it into my fabric, so I did change that a couple months ago. But I am working on, I finished this little beaker over here, and then I started working on the hat. So it wasn't too long of a session stitching on this one, but I did get some of it done. I'm gonna finish these as stand-ups, so I'm not doing the little heart squigglies that are coming out of this or the border. So it is closer to being done than if I would have had to do all that. But yeah, I did want to get some progress on that one. And like I said, they're all 14 counts, different colors, with the called for DMC. Okay. Next is Roladex Mourning Sampler by Bendy, Stitchy. And I got the gate finished pretty much. I just have this little post over here, and then the gate is completely done. That's what I really wanted to get done when I was working on it. I think I was working on it over last weekend. And then I started working on all the grass that's in here too. I had to hold myself back. I needed to work on something else besides the post over here. So I started to work on the grass, and the leaves and stuff that are coming down. That's a lot of work too. So I needed something else to keep me going on this one. I have this whole first page done up here. And then I'm working on another full page here. And then there's 2 more pages over here, but they're not full pages. So that will be exciting when I get this page done. I am stitching this to kind of have like a physical piece of my literary characters that I created with my best friend. And I will be putting their initials, I think either their initials or their names somewhere in this piece, and I'm just not sure yet. I'm either gonna put them up here in the sky or maybe on the headstones down here somewhere. I'm not really sure yet, or down here maybe even. I have to figure that out, but I'm not positive yet. So I really like this piece, but like I said, like with the other one, it's the fabric, it's the fabric on this one that really kind of stops me. It's an 18 count coffee tea dyed Aida, and I'm using the DMC alternatives. So it's a little small because it's coffee tea dyed, so it is a bit smaller than it's a regular 18. I guess I just really like 14 count. I don't know. Okay, next. After I was feeling Halloween-y, I was feeling Christmassy. So and then I finished Silent Night. That was Christmassy. I have my Santas, my big stand-up Santas, and then a bunch of ornaments, but I can't work on the ornaments right now. I feel like that's all the Christmassy ones I have. I could be wrong on that, but I feel like that's mostly the Christmas ones that I have. So I did pull out Big City Christmas, the music hall by Cottage Needleworks. I'm doing this whole series, but this is the first one that I'm working on. And I did kind of get some good progress on this one. I worked on filling in this section here, and then I added this garland in this window. All of these patterns have a garland going across the top, and I decided that I'm not going to stitch those. So all I have left is just finishing the bottom of the building. There's 2 more windows, and then just filling the rest of the window in, and then there's 2 little dancers over here, and then just a little bit of ground. And then I'll be done with this one. I'm not going to fully finish this until all of them are done, so it is going to be a while. But I'm in it for the long haul with this one. Alright. Kind of going through these kind of fast. I apologize for that. But this last one is going to take a while. Not this one. The next one. Okay, the next one is the Enchanted Realm Stitch Along by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. And this was the stitch along for last year. Very behind, I know, but I finished the 3rd part. The 3rd part is these fairies over here. The first part was the dragons in the center, and then it was the mermaids, and then the fairies. It is going around in a circle, so the next part is in here, and I think they're unicorns, I think that's what it is. So what I worked on this time was, I finished her face. I added this flower, this leaf, and this fairy here. So the fairy section is officially done, and I'm super excited about that. I think that might be one of my least favorite sections so far. I'm really excited for the next sections. This is on a 14 count. I really wish the color showed up, but it's a Aida that I dyed. It's an aqua with some purple and some green and a little bit of like blue thrown in there, but it's really not showing up at all. It's like, it's aqua. You can kind of see like the wings. It's like the color of the wings pretty much. They don't stand out as much as they do right now on this fairy. So that's about what the color of my fabric actually is. When you see it in person, it really doesn't stand out as much. So I'm super excited to get this next section done. I want to work on this one some more. I really want to get this one done and framed. I'm going to try to get a circle frame for this one, I think. So I'm going to have to look around and see where I can find a good one. All right. Last whip. This one's gonna be a little while. This over here. I worked on my cat sampler. This is a pattern that I designed to represent all of the barn cats that I have taken care of, and it is a lot of cats. And I really want to get this one moving because I have more cats that I have to design. And I really want to represent those other cats too. These are all the cats that, most of them I have not seen in a long time. Some of them are still around, but not all of them. So I am up here on the second row. Did not get very far. But I finished 2 cats since you last saw me. This is a 14 count coffee tea dyed Ada, and it's super soft. And we got Tigger, Bear, Luna, Kodiak, Thursday, Bean. And then down here we have Bully, Too Scared, and Big Mama. Let's see. Okay, so let's see if you can see this. Bear is still around, and Luna. And then all the rest were around when we had the barn pretty much, except for Kodiak. Kodiak was after the barn. If you knew, my family's barn burned down, and that scattered a lot of the cats. And I'm starting to get into those cats that were around during that. So I talked about Bully in my last video, and I finished Too Scared next, so I'm gonna have some pictures going while I talk. And then I found out how to put some videos in without the audio, so they can run while I'm talking. So I'm gonna try to put them in. So Too Scared was not around too long, that I knew her at least. Her whole name is Too Scared of My Shadow, which got shortened to Too Scared. She got her name because she was really skittish. I could not even move my eyeballs and she would run away pretty much. But she definitely got used to me after a while. She was a really pretty cat. She was like really white and black, and we did not have those colored cats on the farm for a long time. Most of my life growing up was tiger stripe cats pretty much all the time. So she was a breath of fresh air for a different kind of cat around. She was really, she was really, okay. The next cat that's after Big Mama is Noseboop, and Noseboop was her counterpart pretty much. Noseboop had a really fluffy tail and thick fur. Too Scared was not that at all. Her fur was really flat, really skinny tail and all that kind of stuff. And I really don't have too much to say about her, honestly. She wasn't around for very long. After the barn burned down, I did not see her really. I know she got out, because I did see her afterwards, but she kind of scattered away after that. I'm not really sure. I think she probably found another home, I hope. Yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say about her, but those are all the pictures that I have pretty much. I did not take a lot of pictures of her because I did not know her very long. So that is Too Scared. And then next is Big Mama. So like I said, after Big Mama is Noseboop. And Noseboop, I should have put this in a different order, but Noseboop and Too Scared looked a lot alike. And then after Noseboop is Little Baby. And Little Baby was Big Mama's baby. I think they were like the only 2 black cats we had at the time. Big Mama was the cat that probably had Little Baby, and I named her Big Mama because that's how I told the cats apart, because she was the big black cat that was the mama, and Little Baby was the little black cat that was the baby. Big Mama, I have this picture. I don't know how many pictures I have of her, but I know I have this one picture of her, and we're in the milk room, which is it's the old milk room. There was no more tanks in there or anything, but it was the room that I always fed the cats in the barn. And there was a hole in the ceiling of the milk room that if you climbed into it, you could get into the ceiling, the roof part of the milk room, because the milk room was a bit of an addition. And then once you climb through the roof of the milk room, you're right into the haymow. So she would always climb up into the ceiling, and she would always jump out. I might have a video of her jumping down out of the hole in the ceiling. If I do, it's already in here and you're watching it. She would always climb up there and then go into the haymow all the time. So that's how I remember her pretty much. I didn't know her for very long. I'm not really sure if she did get out of the fire. I can't remember. I don't remember if I ever saw her after the fire. I really am not sure about that one. So a lot, like I said, a lot of the cats did scatter, and I saw most of them, but I didn't see all of them. And Big Mama is one of the ones I did not see afterwards. So I can only hope that she did get out and she skedaddled out of the way and decided not to live on a farm that didn't have a barn anymore, I guess. But that is Too Scared and Big Mama. So I only have 3 more cats until I get to the end of this row, and there are 6 rows, I believe. So I have a long ways to go still. On this row is Nose Boop, Little Baby, and then Snowman is last. So that is where I'm at on this piece, which is super exciting. I really want to keep going on this piece. Yeah, that's it for that. Those are all of my whips. Let me put this all away. I guess this video is going to be a little bit of a shorter one. Plans. Oh, I forgot my plans. Let me go get that. Okay. So for plans, this is a little bit of a life update, I guess, as well. I start a new job next week, and it's like, I've worked for them before, so it's not entirely a new job. But I haven't worked there in maybe like 6 or 7 years. It's just for one person pretty much. So I do have some downtime sometimes, and I decided that I'm going to bring some stitching for when I'm at lunch or when I'm doing trainings or stuff like that. So I have a bunch of free patterns that I'm going to bring to work on. And I will show you them all. So they're all 4th of July pieces from Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. I had kitted these up with fabric a couple months ago, I believe, and I showed you them all, and I haven't worked on a single one of them yet. But I think it's because, just side note, I know there's like no pressure to stitch all of my whips and get them all done. Like, it's like a pressure that I put on myself pretty much. Having a lot of whips is very stressful, I found, for me. So it is a self-imposed, I have to get all my whips done before I start anything new right now. I totally know I can start as many things I want, have as many whips as I want, but it's, for me personally, that's not something I want to do anymore. But that's why I haven't started any of these free patterns that I kitted up. But now that I have some time at work, I'm going to bring these mini pieces because I don't have a lot of mini pieces. So I am going to get some of these done. If that's long-winded enough, I don't know. But we have Freedom, and they're all on 14 count Aida that I dyed. It's this Aida that I got for Christmas that's plasticky. So I chose to do little pieces for all these fabrics to try and use them up. But it's not so obvious that it's very plasticky. But we have Freedom. I'm going to keep these all in the same bag as well because Old Glory, they use red, white, and blue pretty much. There's not really any other colors. This one says Justice for All, but it's black and white. And they're all pretty much on blue fabrics too. America and Liberty. I don't have a lot of 4th of July pieces, so that's why I was kind of pulling these out. And they're pretty quick stitches. Like, if I sat down, I could get these done, like, in a morning, you know? So they'll be easy to bring, and I can work on them, like, when I'm sitting at lunch, or, because we tend to sit around the table and just chat after eating lunch for a while. That's the good part about working with only one other person pretty much, is you can kind of do whatever you want. But yeah, so those are my plans. And then life updates besides that. This past weekend was Mother's Day. We didn't really do anything too big. We had a little picnic at my mom's partner's house, and his family came over, and we just hung out and pretty much talked and just chatted and stuff. It was pretty low key, and then we came back and we worked outside for a little bit. And ever since then, we pretty much since my last video, I've been doing a lot of yard work. All of my plants and my veggies and everything is officially planted. My garden is ready to go. All my seeds are done. My flowers, I picked up a couple more flowers. That's all planted. My over 300 morning glories are planted. I will never plant that many morning glories again. I kept thinking I was done and then finding more and more things of morning glories that I had growing, and I won't do that again. My 4 o'clocks are in my flower bed. I planted a whole bunch of seeds of those too. Let's see. I had a lot of extra tomato plants. Surprisingly, I planted all of my tomato plants, and I had several in my garden, maybe 10 tomato plants in my garden. And then a whole bunch more in pots, and I had 50 more tomato plants that I had growing that I didn't know what to do with. So I'm getting rid of them. I'm selling them, not selling them, giving them away for free, pretty much. Please take my tomato plants. I don't need this many tomato plants. I don't have enough pots for this many tomato plants. I guess I kind of planted in excess this year, I guess. I just kind of went a little bit crazy with all my planting. What else? I think that's about it. Just a lot of planting. When everything starts growing and looking good with some flowers and stuff, I will take some videos of all my things. But we're not there yet. Mostly everything is really small and really green right now. I had a couple flowers popping out, which was very nice, but mostly everything is green. I think that's about it. It's a shorter video, only half an hour. And I will see you, I'm not sure when, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 weeks. Not really sure how it's gonna go. I'm only working a couple days a week, but I'm not sure what's gonna look like the other days of the week. So I will see you when I see you. Happy stitching, and bye.